Shalom, Kol Halo Yahweh Bashim Yehoshai Bashim Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, including the elder bishops and the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. A shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word, in truth and in sincerity, the tabernacle of David, and the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, so I was watching this Democracy Now, this old witch here, and what's her name? Amy Goodman. And this is about these Jakes moving towards what they believe is a land paved with streets paved with gold and milk and honey, which is called America. And we know that this caravan, all right, if you will, is the Most High bringing these Jakes to to their final destination. You're either coming here to North America for one of two things: to get beamed up or to get your ass burned up. Okay? And we don't know who is of the elect and who is coming to, because you're wicked as hell, you're coming to get the missile food. But this guy, Juan Gonzalez, I don't know if he's a Spaniard or if he's a Jake. You'll have to decide for yourself. So we're just going to watch a little bit of this. She's going to explain the situation, right? And then this guy is going to have the last word. And what he says, he goes into the political way of this devil, what he's doing. And I mean, this isn't something that we don't already know, but he pretty much, puts the finger on it. How for years they will go into what they call Latin America and basically have their way with these Jakes. Okay, so let's watch the beginning of this. When this is about the caravan and the immigration, and when they say immigration, they mean taking their land back, basically. So let's watch this devil. Slucky, let me get a. Let's get a preset first. It's Micah 2, start at 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. It's talking about Esau. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Right? That's one of the things that was in the power of their hand. The other thing that's in the power of their hand, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, so the Most High gave this devil, this beast, gave him the dominion for a minute. All right, and here's the part, or here's the crux, if you will. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yehoshai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Evil, as the brother says. All right. Brother from North Carolina, I believe it is. All right, so let's watch this. And keep in mind that they covet fields. They already stole this land and take them by, who did they take North America by violence from? The Gadites. Okay, Israel as a whole. Houses. Took them away and put them on the res. And what? And then, even a man of his heritage. How did they take his $5 Indian? All right. Oh, you're giving them money? Well, let me get that money. All right, let's watch this witch.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Some 7,000 people in a migrant caravan heading to the United States were dispersed by Mexican authorities this weekend as they approached Mexico City. Some of those seeking asylum told Human Rights Watch they'd sought protection in Mexico, but were dissuaded from seeking refugee status and were pressured to accept voluntary returns to their home countries.
Now, the people that are dispersing and sending them back, those are Spaniards, because you got, I mean, certainly there's no Jakes in control down there, okay, in any of those South American countries. You had like Hugo Chavez, you know, one might creep in and he start doing things for his people, but then he suddenly winds up dead, or you know the story. It's not our turn yet, so.
Many are from Central America, Venezuela, and Haiti. Some had children with them. Here in the United States, President Biden wrapped up the Summit of the Americas Friday in Los Angeles by unveiling a new plan to address migration in the Western Hemisphere that includes a series of so-called bold actions. This is Biden.
Coming together to launch the Los Angeles Declaration on Migration and Protection. With this declaration, we're transforming our approach to managing migration in the Americas. Each of us is signing up to commitments that recognizes the challenges we all share and the responsibility that impacts on all of our nations. Los Angeles Declaration is built around 4 core pillars. First, stability and assistance, making sure communities that are welcoming refugees can afford to care for them, to educate them in their education, medical care, shelter, and job opportunities.
A gift destroyeth the heart. Let me get that real quick. Then we'll get back to the last part of this. Let's see. A gift destroyeth. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Okay? They ain't giving you nothing. We got medical care for you over here, right? It's called the jump shot. Okay? You can't trust this devil. Let's get there real quick. This is Sirach 12. You can't. Yeah, they're going to open the doors and give you back your land. Right here, Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass locket. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Oh, we're the Americans. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. All right? You can't trust this devil for anything. He lets you in. You got to know that it's to set you up for the ambush. All right, so I'm going to move this up to Juan. Let's let Juan Gonzalez give his final synopsis here. I think Amy sets it up. Let's see. Let's go 35. Let's see.
To overthrow a military dictatorship, and the United States perceives them to be allying with another bloc, as President.
Oh, I didn't go back for it. Another block. Okay, he's going to break down what's been going on for years. Where is this? Right here. Let's see.
Yo prefiero romper la frontera.
Then I prefer to cross the border.
I'd go to a place with more security.
That was the Nobel Peace Prize winning indigenous leader Rigoberta Menchú.
Now she's going to ask him, so sum it up for us. What does all of this mean? Why are these migrants doing this, that, and the other? He's going to go into U.S. policy, or imperialism, as it says right here. What are the consequences of U.S. imperialism going way back? Okay, he's going to break it down.
Juan, we have about 3 minutes left, from Dominican Republic to Guatemala to El Salvador to Honduras. Take it.
Which are all our people. These are Jake's. Okay, keep that in mind.
3 minutes left, from Dominican Republic to Guatemala to El Salvador to Honduras. Take us out with this history that so few people in this country understand.
I think it's especially instructive seeing this clip on the Dominican Republic, because that's an invasion, a U.S. invasion that most Americans don't know about or never taught about. But
okay, so going back to they covet fields. What do you mean U.S. invasion? They go over there and they set up their policies. Okay, listen close.
I think it's especially instructive seeing this clip on the Dominican Republic, because that's an invasion, a U.S. invasion that most Americans don't know about or never taught about, but yet was critical in the shaping of that nation. It was actually the second U.S. invasion of the Dominican Republic. There was one in the early 20th century. But I think it's especially instructive since we're now in the period when everyone is concerned about the war in Ukraine. What was happening in the Dominican Republic was that leaders had come to power, were trying to overthrow a military dictatorship, and the United States perceived them to be allying with another bloc, as President Johnson said, the communist bloc. And that was seen as a threat, even though the Dominican Republic itself was no threat to the United States. And repeatedly, our troops have gone into Latin America to overthrow governments or to stop popular revolutions, only because we didn't like what was happening there.
And what was happening was Jake was coming to power, and they had to go snuff it out real quick. All right.
Didn't like what was happening there, not because those countries were a threat. And yet here we are criticizing Russia for daring to invade Ukraine because its leadership wants to be closer to another bloc to the West. And the same logic that our country has used over and over and over again throughout the history of Latin America. And I think it's instructive for us to understand that this great power imperialism was trademarked and established. The motto was established in Latin America by the United States. And that's why, as I say in my book, this is the unintended harvest of the empire. The empire expected just to take resources and wealth. It never expected so many of the people of these countries it was exploiting to come to the metropolis. And that's why we need to fashion an immigration system that takes into account that history, the wealth inequality that we have fostered, and the violence and the arms that we have supplied to those countries, and try to fashion a more humane immigration policy for the future in the United States.
Chickens coming home to roost is what he didn't say. We get two more. We're going to go ahead and close. What is this? Oh, let me get Wisdom 5. Because here's what's going on. All right. Where's Wisdom 5? Wisdom 5. There we go. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Okay. Well, hey, we're going to get our land back. Hey, we have a right to, you can't just starve us out and have our own people attack us like that. We're going to where all of our cash crops. You came in, you set up your puppet government, you stole all the resources out of it, and where did it go? It went to Babylon the Great. We're going there because we have a right to that. That's our land. Okay? Why are we still slaving in this damn thing? When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. That's going into the chariots, but when they see what? When they see us stand upon our feet, stand in great boldness, and when we get beamed up, okay? That's going into that as well. Let me get this last one here. Because Esau, your time is up, okay? And you can't stop those people, right? This is the Most High's program, and you are on borrowed time, all right? This ain't your spot. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Why are you, how come you ain't in Petra? Nigga, that's your home, okay? With your name on it, Rockman, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. Esau is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but garnereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. See? So you're basically gone. Your day is over, Esau. All right? The end of all things. That's 1 Peter. 2 Peter 4 and 7. Let's see. Did I get that right? 1 Peter. 1 Peter 4 and 7, the end of all things is near. The end of what? The end of Esau's rulership. Let's get it right here. But the end of all things is at hand. Okay? First it was given into your hand. The power was in your hand. Now the end of all things is in your hand. You're at the end. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer, all right? So we hope that the elect were edified with this. You brothers and few sisters, with that, we're going to say shalom.